Hi everyone and welcome back to another great get to know your products. So the Wild and Sweet stamp set is another amazing stamp set, and I'm still working towards doing this theme for my kindergarten or daycare center. So they want all animals, so I'm sharing all the animals. But this is really great, and today I want to share also what a colour lifter is all about, because this is part of our blends section, is the colour lifter. And a lot of people don't know how to use a colour lifter, what a colour lifter is for, and all the rest of it. So we're going to do that a little bit today on our lesson. So I hope you're going to enjoy this, and without further ado, let's come down to the workbench. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Teresa Brown, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, have been for 17 years, live here in Victoria, Australia. So I'm from the Warragul area. So these are the three that I've stamped out. Now, they are gorgeous. These are the three that are in the Wild and Sweet set, and this is in our main annual catalogue, which I really love. Now, don't forget, I was telling you earlier in one of my videos, if you've watched them, if you haven't, you might want to go back and watch some of them, that you can find your stamps really easy by looking at the index on page 175 in this year's annual catalogue. This is the 2023-2024. Could be different in next year's one, okay? So every year it could be a slightly different page number or whatever. But the Wild and Sweet is on page 85. So it's good to go and have a little look at page 85. So we'll get to 85 happening. And you will see that also here you get some great ideas as well. So Stampin' Up put lots of different images in for you, which is really, really great. It also is talking about watercolor paper here and different things like this. So there's lots of things that you can learn through stamping and doing watercoloring. And at the moment we're working with the blends, and today I'm going to share the color lifter, how to use that as well. So there's lots you can really do, and that's the one thing that I love about checking out the pages as well, is that you can sort of get these little cards on here that you can case. Now, I did talk about casing in one of my other videos, is where you actually can copy exactly the same as what's in the catalogue here, or even what I'm doing today. You just acknowledge where you found it from, okay? So you might say, I found it from the annual catalogue, or I cased this from Teresa Brown. So, and just acknowledging the person that's actually shared with you how to put this together. So that's a nice way to recognise someone and what they're sharing with you. So there's so many gorgeous stamp sets in this annual catalogue. If you don't have an annual catalogue and you'd like one, please let me know, because I'm happy to post one out to you if you're not one of my VIP customers as yet. So how do you become a VIP customer? You become a VIP customer by placing an order with me. So if you're a newbie and to stamping and you're looking for someone to be your demonstrator, I'm happy to be. Now, the little panda bear here, he is so gorgeous, but we don't really have to do much with him because he's already black and white. We just need to colour the trunk. Now, the thing is, you need to work out what colour you want to do the trunk. So I'm going to come in with a very light colour this time. This is the light crumb cake. So I'm going to come in with the light crumb cake. And then I'm going to come in with a bit of a darker colour, and we're going to come back and blend with the colour lifter. Now, the colour lifter also is a good way of, if you go outside the lines a little bit, you can use that colour lifter also to remove some of that ink that you've put on there, okay? So we're going to come in here and come through and colour our little trunk here. Okay. So when you bring in a darker colour over the top of that, so you might come in and you're bringing in a bit of a darker colour and you think, oh my God, that is so dark and it wasn't what I wanted. It really wasn't what I wanted. You can come through with your colour lifter and you can remove and soften and blend that into the colour. Okay, so you can soften it right down. That's amazing. So you sort of think, oh, well, that's not too bad now that I've softened it down. I can come in and add a little bit more to it, just so I've got a little bit more of this colour to my tree here, but I really want to soften that down. I really don't want it dark like that. I really want to blend that in and soften it way, way down. Now, when you've softened it down, you might want to come back over it with the crumb cake too. You might soften it right down. And then you might want to come back over with your crumb cake. Okay, so you might want to come in and do another over the top of this. Just let it dry a little bit. Working too fast, Teresa. So, yeah, come in with your crumb cake and just blend it in. Now, because we've done it on this side, we really need to bring some in on the other two sides so it looks like it's meant to be, because we don't want it to look like it's just on this side. But you can see how you can soften it right down and make it blend in. So let's do a little bit on this side, not too much, but let's bring a little bit in on this side as well, just so that you can sort of, you know, have it a little bit that it's all coming in together. So we're going to soften this down now and blend this in with this colour lifter, and we're going to pick up the colour and lift it. And that's what I love about it, is it just lifts it up and you can get that beautiful lighter colour. Okay, so when you panic, when you put that dark colour on and you didn't want, don't forget when you order your colour lifter and you can lift that colour. Okay, you can lift it right back off again and soften it down to how you want it, which I really love. I love that idea. Okay, so you can just come in and keep softening as much as you want. So you can sort of see now that that sort of all comes in with the branch and the tree, and it sort of works in well together. And when that dries a little bit, we're going to do the leaves and let that dry. When that dries, because it is wet, a wet solution in there, but when that dries, we can come back over it again with the crumb cake and blend it in even more if we want to. So I'm just going to get the fine end, and I'm just going to come through really quickly and do our leaves. And I'm just going to share with you on the leaf here. Oh my God, I went out of the leaf. Oh my God. So don't panic. Just come in, make sure that that's clean, wipe it off, and then just come back and lift that right away from it. Okay, now I've removed that from it. And I've taken that away. So we're just going to let it dry. Come in and do your other leaves. So colour lifters goes really hand in hand with the blender pens. They really do. I've got 3 colour lifters. I like to have one on hand all the time, and I use them all the time. So, and even for blending, you know, for blending in. So it feels dry now, so we can come back with this crumb cake And we're going to come over the whole lot now. So we're going to blend in the crumb cake and that dark one. So we're going to come in and work this together. So we're putting a second layer over the second layer of the crumb cake, but we're also coming in and going over that dark one that we also put in there. And we can come in and blend this all together. Okay, so you've got this beautiful blend happening now. And the same with up here as well. You can come in and just blend it all through. So you can sort of see you can get that blended in and it looks really amazing. Okay, so you don't really need to do anything on the panda on this one. So now we're going to do our blender brush. We're going to use our blender brush, and because it's up in the tree, we're going to do we're going to start off with our sky, and we're just going to bring it in this way like this. I just want to share that you can move it around and change the angle of this paper when you're doing it as well, which looks amazing. So let's just come in here. Always start on your Post-it note and work your way out. Okay, so work your way out, which is really good. And then you can sort of come in and you can bring it on an angle, which is really, really great as well. So once again, Post-it note, come in and you can work on the angle this time. And you can leave a little bit of white in there too, you know, so you can sort of see you're getting different angles on this. So now you can come sort of down into this angle. So this time you're coming down on the other opposite way. So point to point here, but wider down this end. And once again on your Post-it note, and then come in over onto your card. And I love that you can do this, you know, you can just get that sky looking all different coming in behind the panda there. And we're just going to make sure that we've got the panda covered there and here, and we're just going to come in over here again. Okay, so you can sort of see we've got more fading away, fading down, fading down. So it's fading down. So then you can just come in from the bottom and just, yeah, come in and use your blue, blend it up and blend it up through here. And you can have that, just that little bit of blue touch inside there. But look, how gorgeous does that look? Okay, not hard at all, okay? It's just practice. Not hard, just practice. So, like I said, permanent with your blends are permanent. So please make sure that you put paper down. It does come through, especially when you're using blenders, lifters. It does come through, so you want to make sure that you've got something down on your table so it doesn't do that. So this is the first one we've coloured on this one. So I'm going to colour the koala bear this time. Okay, so we're going to do the koala. And we're going to come in with a grey coloured this time. We're going to come in with the light grey granite. So I want you to see that you can use different colours on your stems. Okay, so we can sort of bring in this little bit of grey colour in here because it's like a white gum. Like you've got that effect of a white gum, not a really dark one. And then just come in with your crumb cake, which is this really light crumb cake. And just come in and do your koala, but don't do it all over, okay? Just be mindful that you don't do it all over. Okay, just do it in little areas so that some of it stays white. You want some of it to stay white. Okay, so easy way of doing it. Okay, so come in a little bit around the ears here, around the mouth area, but a little bit of white around that eye area. Okay, same down here on his leg. Do his leg, but leave a little bit of white, and then you can sort of see on the belly area, just do a little bit, because you want that little bit of white to come through as well. Now the ears, you can just do a little bit of brown on the ears poking out around, and leave that little bit of white as well. Okay, you want that white. You don't want to do a hard color if you want the white and the brown on that beautiful koala bear. You want him to look soft and fluffy. Yeah, that's what you want. And by bringing in a grey granite for the tree, makes it a lot softer than doing a brown. Okay, now on the gum leaves, you can come in with different colors. This time I'm actually going to use the not the green, I'm going to use the wild wheat, so to give him that gum leaf color as well, you know, that color that we have, that browny greeny color of our gum leaves. So come in and do them. Absolutely love this koala bear. He is just the gorgeous little koala bear. So Australian. Really is so Australian. But just love him. And he's so cuddly. He's so cuddly. So this time we've changed the colouring around. Oh, I've left a set of leaves out. This time we've changed the colouring around of the tree and the leaves, and you can sort of see it just gives it a completely different effect. Gives it a very different effect. Now you're going to do sponging around here with our sponges. So what do you want to do to highlight that? And you're sort of looking at it and you're thinking, oh, well, how do I want to highlight that? I don't want to have too much blue. I want to have a little bit of blue. So leave that white. Leave the white, our white beautiful around the edge if you want to, like around the edge of the koala and the tree. Or you might want to come down darker blue into the stem of the tree, but then still leave it a little bit of white. So when you actually load your brush up, start off on your scrap paper and come in and work out where you want to go with it, whether you want to come down into this area, and you might want to come up into this area, and you might want to do it light, or you might want to come in and say, okay, I want this a bit darker, so you can come back over it again. Okay, so it depends on how you like your cards, okay, because I'm just sharing what I do, and you can always change it, you know, you can step it up or dress it down or whatever. So I'm just doing a bit of a white glow around this area here. And then I'm going to come in over this side and do a little bit of blue and leave a little bit of white. Okay, so you get that beautiful 3D effect with the koala because he looks like he's popping out. Where if you bring sometimes the colour right to the koala or the tree, yeah, and you can take away the colour. So just have a look how cuddly he really looks. So that's our koala. And then the last one is the raccoon in here. Now this is interesting because his can be light black, he can be black and white, he can be brown and white, he can be whatever colour you want, but I'm going to do him in the wheat. I'm going to actually colour him in the wheat this time, just so you can sort of see how versatile our in colours are, because this is one of our new in colours for this year, and I just want to share with you how gorgeous of a colour this is when you're doing it, you know. So you can come in, and I'm pressing very softly, okay, I'm not pressing hard with my blender, and I've got it on an edge, and I'm doing round motions coming up. I'm just doing coming in, doing round motions coming up, but I'm not doing it very hard. I'm doing it very, very soft, okay, because I don't want it hard. I just want it soft. And yeah, so just very gently bring this in. Some people think you have to press really hard with your blends. You do not have to press very hard with your blends. Just touch your paper, okay? It's entirely up to you. If you press harder, of course, you're going to get a darker colour. If you want that nice soft colour, then you need to press very lightly if you just want it very softly. Okay, so then we can come over with our green, and we can come in with a green, we can come in with a blue, you can come in with whatever you like, but I'm going to come in with the green. We can come in with some brown too, so I'm going to come in with a bit of green to start off with. I'm just going to add a little bit through there, and then I'm going to come in on the other side, use the pen side, and just come down on these. It doesn't matter if you come out of the lines on this, okay? We're just going to come over the top. We're just going to bring those grassy bits coming down over the top, okay? So they're only very fine, and you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to colour them, but just colour them over the top like this, okay? It's not a problem. Now, you might look at that and go, oh, God, that's a bit green for me. I didn't want it that green. I wanted a different green, or I wanted it a different colour. You can actually bring in your crumb cake. So we'll come in with the crumb cake this time, like crumb cake. And you can soften this over with the crumb cake as well. So we can come in and it will just change that green a little bit. Okay, change it. Won't be quite as bright, and you can just do it in a few little spots. Then just come in with your crumb cake here as well, and the lighter green gives it a bit of a highlight then. Okay, so you sort of come in with your crumb cake, and you'll get that lighter green as a highlight at the back. Okay, so there's no right, wrong. Remember, there's no right, wrong. So see how we've changed the colour now, and we've still got that tinge of green around it, but it doesn't look full on bright green. Okay, so now we're coming in with blending again. So we want to blend this time, and we think, okay, what can we do with this? Last time I think I put a tree or something on it, and you can change and add things to your pictures as well. But this time I want to just come in with the blend, and I want to come in with our mask again, just so that you can sort of see the masking happening. But I also want to come in with our moon mask. Here it is. So we want to come in with our moon mask. So we want that coming in over the top like that, and we're going to come in like this. So let's come in with our blue off the card and onto either your scratch paper or your Post-it note, depending on which way you want your blue to go, and bring that in. Okay, beautiful. And then we can sort of come in a little bit like that if we want to. So now we want to blend up this way. Now, the good thing about this is that you can do this with colours as well. Like you can come in with your colours as well. So we've got our pink here. So let's bring in a little bit of a tinge of pink through here as well. Okay, so let's come in with that one. And we're going to come up with the tinge of pink in here as well. Okay, now this is pretty wet. Okay, so I've always got two because that's my blue one. Now I want that pink. I don't want it to be blue. So whenever I rip it straight away with two pieces of paper. Haha, little gold nugget there. And then when we come in with the pink, we're not putting the blue onto the pink. Okay, we're going to get that tinge of pink. Okay, so we're going to come down and bring that tinge of pink in here as well. Okay, so when you're ripping your paper, two pieces. So when you're working, you're going to work with your blue. When you're going to work with another colour, bring another colour in, you might want to then rip that blue one off so it doesn't blend in and bring in your second colour. Okay, so which is our pink today. So we're going to come in and do our pink. So you can sort of see you're getting that sky happening here. So we're going to come in now with our pink again, and then we'll come in with some blue or another colour. It's up to you whether you use a yellow or another colour blue, but I like to stick with one blue because you can change your blues quite all right. So that's my pink one now, and this I'm going back to my blue one. So I'm going to bring that in here. Change your brush. Change that brush, and then come in and come up with your blue. Again, come in around that moon a little bit. And when you lift this, you have that sunsetty colour there. Now, we're just going to bring in a tiny little bit of blue down into this area, not too much, and into this area. Another way of doing this, last time we did it like this. So this time you can do it, you can get the side of your brush and you're just doing little lines. Okay, so just get the ink on your brush and you're doing little lines. So I'm just going to load my brush and I'm just going to do very light little lines through it. Okay, very lightly. Not hard. You can always go back over it, but if you go too hard too fast, you're going to, put that different colour in there. So just backwards and forwards to get that gorgeous little line effect happening through there. You'll be quite surprised how well I've got a shadow coming in. Sorry guys, how well that looks. So it gives you a completely different feel of the card. So these are our what are going to be our three cards. So I'm going to hold them up. So you can sort of see these are the way we've got our koala, who's absolutely beautiful. And we changed the colour of the, changed the colour and showed you also how to bring in the colour lifter with our panda, and you can use that colour lifter on all different ones. So this is how you can make it like a moon effect in the sky, get that different colour happening in there, get your clouds happening in there. So I really hope you enjoyed this lot of techniques and how to use your blenders and your blender brushes. So blender brushes plus your blenders. So God bless you all, and thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next class. Bye for now.